What up? Cypher Sounds, Rosenberg, K Fox. We got Mr. Vegas in here with us this morning.
Woo!
Mr. Vegas,
Mr.
hot
Vegas.
international reggae dancehall superstar.
What up?
How are you, sir?
What up, y'all?
Hello.
Rosenberg was trying to do some reggae ad libs, and
So,
Mr.
Rosenberg,
Vegas
so
said he
like
did them very wrong.
when they hit like a puppy in the streets in Jamaica, like
Hello.
That's what. Why would you say that? I think that sounds just like Bounty Killer.
Puppies sound like that in Jamaica?
like when you hit a puppy with a stone, like.
Do it again.
Hello. All right, enough. Mr. Vegas has a new album out.
Yep.
First of all,
Sweet
which is
Jamaica.
Sweet
Doing
Jamaica.
really well.
Upside down.
Broke it down is on it. My whole world is upside down. Don't worry about it.
Broke it down.
Yeah.
Vegas, listen.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into this.
Me too.
I want to talk about your music
True.
and years and years and your
True.
catalog and how you ripped down Hot 97
Yep.
on the Reggae Tip Live.
Yep.
But the media got to do what the media got to do.
Yes, we do.
Fox, Rosenberg.
and I gotta do what I gotta do.
You do. Broke it down.
Broke it down for the people. What Mr. Vegas put on Facebook.
Wow, this is some shocking stuff, man. You basically ranted on Facebook about your wife cheating on you with a doctor that wasn't really a doctor, and he was in your house. Would you like to elaborate on any of these things that you vented
It's a little
about?
more graphic than that.
It's
what he
very graphic,
says.
but I'd like for him to say his piece.
It's very graphic, but I can't talk about this, Jared. Trust me.
So it was you really just poured your heart out and grabbed the computer and wrote. From
It's still fresh. It happened recently, so it seems like it's an emotional thing.
Okay, well
for
then
him.
let me ask you this, without asking you details. How do you, if you're dealing with something that real, because when I read it, it hurt to read it.
It did.
How do you then come do this and promote an album? How do you have enough strength to pull it together when you're dealing with something with that real?
Because at the end of the day, when you have like other kids that look up to you,
Yeah, because it's I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very intense, and
So it's still a fresh room. So this is his wife. So
yeah, that's a real situation.
I have to still be out here try to show the best side of me for like my other kids. Like my son CJ is like 8 and he's like the biggest fan, so how could I be locking up in some dark place, and not do this? Like this is the biggest radio station in the world playing my record, I'm gonna look back at all this that's happening right now in maybe 5 years or maybe less.
Well,
And laugh
we
at
appreciate you
and laugh
coming
at the
in.
situation,
Yeah.
But it's not just me. It's my little daughter, and it's like going and seeing like all her stuff, or it's like my home was like her little heaven,
Mm.
And after having like kids all over, like 5 different kids, 5 different moms, and you have this last one now, you're like, let me try and make this a family, And my daughter is like 1.5, like she's 1 year and maybe 4 months. And she's already like spelling her name and like reading words and stuff like that. So she's like really smart. And when she see these type of stuff, if you're gonna because I'm not gonna tell you that I'm like the best person and I'm like the most faithful guy, or like I've never cheated on a woman before. But if we're together and I'm staying at your house or I'm staying at your crib, like I live in Jamaica, right? And I'm staying at your crib and you're like at work now, I would never take a woman to your house, in your bed, in front of your kids, You like, you'll be, stay with the baby today, That's like our baby,
Mm-hmm.
And especially like a female child, So all this, like, people have all the different opinion to say and all this stuff, but the fact still remain, how could you expose a baby to that? Knowing how men think and some men are crazy and you're a little girl walking around the house and you're there having sex in front of her, that's like not good with me, Dread.
No, that's crazy.
And a lot of people go through like this, but it's like when you hear about it, it's like if you hear that, my girl is like cheating with somebody. It's you sometimes can deal with that, like you expect that because like as men say we don't trust women and all that vibe because it's like a hearsay, And maybe she confess and stuff like that. But when you go and she was the one who set up this video camera because people were like walking around in the yard at night. And it recorded her with this dude, you know, in my house, in front of my kid, in my bed like this, like this dude up in my bed where my daughter sleep dread.
Well, what's this? Where's your
Everybody
daughter
in the
now?
beginning.
Is she in your custody or is she still with the mom?
The situation with my daughter is, I may never see her again, dread.
No.
Even if she's the one that did you wrong, why wouldn't you see her?
This girl, I just woke up one day, and this girl was just, and someone said, yo, check your girl if she's married, B. I see a ring on her finger. So we had an argument. I was like, are you married, B?
Married?
She did a marriage behind my back, B, to get papers, B.
Oh my!
Wait.
All right, you know what? This is not a
Vegas,
good
what?
situation.
This
This
So I
is
was like, okay. She said, like, if I told you, you wouldn't let me do it.
Wait, she married someone in the U.S.
Right.
to get
Right.
to stay in the country.
Right.
not the guy that she was with, the doctor.
No, man, this is like before the baby.
Okay.
Jeez.
So I was like, her mash up everything because I have a ring in, of course, there. Like, like I'm trying to. But I was like, okay, she has a point. She want to go see her son in Jamaica. So I can't fight that, B.
Right. In order to leave the country, she
Right.
has to be
Right.
citizen or whatever.
So the baby now is born in wedlock. Now when I go to my lawyer, he's like, you have no legal rights to the baby, Dread.
she had the baby while she was married for the. Oh man!
But it's your baby though.
Doesn't mean
You
anything.
had it here or in Jamaica?
Here.
Damn, that is.
that is complicated.
The worst part of that was when the cops came and I saw all the baby stuff leaving, B. Then you know you might not see her again.
You'll see her again.
I feel bad for you, Vegas. I'm sorry, man.
When you see her little toys, my baby stopped eating 4 months ago. And she would eat only when I'm there. And she keeps saying, my dada, my dada. And I'm trying to make sense of it now. Why she's always saying, my dada. My dada, my dada. And if she comes on the phone and like, put her on the phone, she say, my dada, my dada. And she's like, and she's always like, because she's so smart, she's like, oh, like, she looked at her mom like a certain way, you know? She like, I get my impression when she look at her mom, like when I'm angry. And I'm like, something wrong, B. Why the baby always? So I was on a plane, and I started like this, and I was like, because sometimes she kind of rough against the baby, rough with the baby. And I'm like worried about the baby. I'm like, what if she's ill-treating the baby when I'm not around? Because she would like slap her on her hands and stuff like, and I'm like, why are you slapping her? Don't do that. She's like, she's not gonna grow up and have no manners and stuff like that. But now I realize why the baby don't eat when I'm not around, B. And now that she's telling my friend the baby's not eating, that's like my blood, B.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like my last little
It's
brain, you know?